Good morning. This is the paper techniques that you're going to need to know to complete this project. To wrap the cardboard, let me make sure you have all your tools. You're going to need is a scissor, you're going to need Scotch tape, and you're going to need white paper and a piece of cardboard. When you're wrapping your actual project, you take your cardboard, place it on your computer paper, and you're going to fold all the edges and make a hard seam by creasing it with your hand. Just like this. Hard edge. Then you're going to take the longer edges, using your Scotch tape. You will place 2 to 3 pieces of tape to make sure that it adheres properly. For the shorter edges, instead of just folding them straight over because it won't work evenly that way, you make a little triangle in each corner that lines up with the edge of the actual cardboard. Kind of like how if you were gift wrapping a piece of cardboard or a project or a present. And then you add tape there. You do the same on the other side, again, making a triangle that goes to the edge of the cardboard. And then folding it on top. Adding the tape so it stays and doesn't unfold on you. And then you have a white base that is ready to be added your sculpture designs. Okay, so your sculpture designs. The curl. For the curl, you open up your scissors, you place the paper, you take a strip. Okay, the strip can be fatter than this or it can be skinny than this, that's up to you. You take the strip, you place your thumb between the paper and the scissor, so it's on top, and then you gently pull, and the paper will curl. Okay. For the spiral can be round, it can be square, it can be triangular. You start by cutting, but you don't follow through to the edge, so you're not cutting it off, and then you turn, and whatever object it is you're turning, whether it's a triangle or a circle, you are turning until you get to the center. And you have yourself a spiral. So now you have the curl and the spiral. Okay, the pyramid. The pyramid needs to be a triangle. So I fold, it could be a rectangle, it could be a square. You could measure it out. The easiest way to make a triangle is to do something like this, and then you cut off the extra so that it's even on all 4 sides. So now this automatically makes a square. So to do this, you need to fold it in half. Twice, so you get the line, so you know exactly where the midpoint is. And then you take your scissor, and you just go to the midpoint, and then you fold it, and now you have a pyramid. And then you use a little piece of tape, preferably where you can't see it, like on the inside, or you can make a small tab on the outside, and you have a pyramid. To make a cone, you need to make it circular. And to make a circular, you can make an actual square like you did before, or you can trace something that is circle. But what's important, the most important thing about the cone is the same thing that you just did with the square, is that you know where your midpoint is by cutting it in half, or doing that in half, only going halfway, and then you will fold it so it makes a cone. So you're taking this again, and you're pulling it, and then you take a piece of tape, and you add it onto either the inside or you make a tab again. And now you have your cone. So we have 4 objects there. The next one is the pleat, and you take a strip of paper, it could be fat or thin, and you just keep flipping it, kind of like you did when you made a fan a long time ago, probably in grade school. And you just keep flipping it, and you keep creasing those edges. And then when you undo it, it should be like a zigzag. And this can be something that could go this way, or it could become like a bridge that way. The fringe. For the fringe, there's 2 types of fringe. First, you're going to need to make a little fold so that your fringe can be attached or it can stand. And for the fringe, you basically just cut to the fold. You don't go beyond the fold. And that's how you make your fringe. And then this would be attached. Okay, and that could be your fringe. To do a different type of fringe, you fold it, you make your fringe, and this is the alternative fringe. Now, what you can do is you can either just curl a fringe, so you can see right now that one goes backwards, or you can actually do a pleated fringe, which is very similar to what we just did with the zigzag, and then you have something like that. So you want to be able to show a different type of fringe too. Okay, and I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that we did. We did the roll, where you actually can take an object, and this allows you to make standing objects. So you can take like a paintbrush, or you can take a pencil, and you make a roll, and you add some tape to it. Okay. And then you would also need to make some tabs so that this can stand. So you make some slits in the bottom of the roll, and that should allow you to fold them and allow them to stand to your base. Those can be attached. Okay? So that's one way of doing tabs. Another way of doing tabs are an important part of this lesson. We could do the zigzag tab, but I'll do a simple tab right now, which is a roll. And it's very similar to making the fringe. You need to make sure that you make a little lip like that, a little fold, and that you actually slice it on the shorter side to the edge prior to rolling it. That way now you can roll your object, and you can make kind of what we call a cone, like not a cone, it's called a tube. Okay, so this is one way to make a tube. So you need to show that you can do these techniques. That was part of the project. And then you have a choice. You can actually use all these techniques that we just did, which was cone, pyramid, spiral, fringe, pleated fringe, tube, tabs, and then you were to arrange it on some sort of, on your base. And this was the example that I gave. So you can see I have trees, I have stairs, I have circles that are just coinciding. I did cut on pleat, and I'll show you how to do that too. I have alternate fringe, and I also have a pyramid. Hope you're able to see all this little interesting thing. How to do cut on pleat. You make a pleat, just like you did. This one should probably be thicker. I mean, it can be thin if you want, but it's easy to do thicker. You cut and you fold, and when you fold, you alternate flipping. And you make sure that it's nice and creased. And then on the crease is where you make your cut. So you could make diamonds, which are very dynamic and shape and allow you to see through things. So now you have a cut on crease. You could skip that one, or you can do it on everyone. You can make a circle, you can make a square, you can make your own object. And now you have cut on pleat. You have cut on pleat. If you have any questions, you inbox me. These get attached. You can use all the ones that you made, or if you have a design in mind, like say you want to do a whole bunch of running cut on pleats in different sizes and different orders. Currently your project is late, so I suggest that you do the best that you can do. Get it in ASAP, but also follow the directions. You need to show me all these techniques. If your techniques are not all in here, then you just take a separate picture of your techniques. Okay, so if you're only using, you know, a whole bunch of things that repeat in here, and you're not showing evidence of your techniques that you tried, then you have to take another picture of it. I need to see your sculpture from 3 different angles. On top, usually from the side, from the front, or the back. You choose. Okay, if you have any questions, you inbox me. Thank you.